so what had happened was, as I said, what I didn't know, what she didn't know, we just explored together. And I did the very first thing that I was told to do. And that was to create my vision board kit that was created actually on a mirror. And I was given a whole system as to how to raise the vibrational frequency of manifestation as you were using it. And so the first thing that I did in my brand new office was I put mirrors on the wall.
Oh, wow.
And I put into action everything that I was being told to put into the kit. And it was magic. Literally in 6 months at the longest, I had 8 products on the market. And I'd already won 3 international awards. And what happened in one of those products, which is called Create Your Mate, the printer who I had to, work to convince that he could create this menu for me, he won an award for the menu. And so what happened was we started to just see, I'm getting God bumps. We started to see the whole domino effect of what taking action really means. Because in truth, yes, I did things like put mirrors on the walls. Yes, I rented an office. Yes, I hired an assistant. Yes, I bought a computer. I had no idea what I was buying. I couldn't even put it together myself. Those were physical things that I did, but the biggest action that I took was constantly clearing myself of the doubt, the disbelief, the guilt. I was still working with guilt, with having left my marriage and my life, with any shame of believing that I deserved something more, or I was meant for something more. That's where the real work was taking place. And that's a work that I did in order for all of these products to come to market in the way that they did, and for them to start being used all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
Marcy,
amazing.
No, this story is really fascinating. I was wondering, I know you need to go now, but I would love to have you back. And I'm also not quite sure that this entire stream was functioning until now. I'm hoping it was. Now it is for sure. I just wanted to briefly ask you before we go and before you tell them more about your show, tell the audience more about your show, but is there a fascinating story of somebody you could share anonymously, of course, somebody who has used your method, the Heartshift, and Amy also somebody who has used the dancing technique for release that you use, the chakra clearing?
Amy, you want to start?
Yeah, Marcy, you go first, because
okay,
you go first. It's fine.
All righty. So this method that I was just describing about this clearing was literally something that I was experiencing. And so I started to recognize the impact that it had. And I realized very early on that what I was doing was pure alchemy. I was taking energy that was dense, that had kept me tethered in my life, meaning it kept sabotaging me. It kept me close to the earth. It kept me in disbelief and not connecting with my source. Okay. Yeah. So this process of heart shifting is alchemy. So I'm going to give you a story about somebody who actually used the heart shifting with my vision board kit. Mm-hmm. So this was amazing. She called me and she was literally in tears. She said, Marcy, you're just not going to believe what just happened to me. She opened up the vision board and was going through all the different parts of it, the instructions, everything. And she was so upset because she had to close it up. She had to go to an event at her church. And she went to the event, and as she's getting ready, she had this beautiful blue butterfly necklace on that was one of her absolute favorites. And she's getting dressed and just feeling energized and so excited to get back home, even to start her vision board. So she goes to the church, and it's a meeting, and they're talking about all these new events and everything that they want to start. And afterwards, there is a like a social gathering. And people are asking her, oh, what have you been up to? And she had just gotten her hypnotherapy license, or her certification. So she's telling people, and somebody, like 5 people away, overhears it and approaches her and says, hey, we're looking for a hypnotherapist in our practice. We'd love for you to come in and talk with us about it. And she says, of course, absolutely. So they exchange information. Then she's in conversation with somebody else, and this woman comes over and she says, I couldn't help but admire your blue butterfly necklace. She said, I collect them. And so this woman, her name was Yvonne, she reaches back and she unclasps and she hands it to the woman. She said, I had this strange, thought that when I put it on tonight, it was going to be for the last time. And she hands the woman the butterfly necklace. Mm-hmm. So then she is, getting ready to leave, and she goes out into the parking lot, and the minister comes up and says, Yvonne, wait a second. He said, we had talked about you doing some special programming on manifestation. Have you thought any more about what it is that you want to do? And she said, yes, I want to do a workshop on vision boarding. And I know just the kit that I want to use. And she pulls out her, business card holder that she had just gotten. And in the moment she did, she gets this huge smile on her face, because on the business card holder, there is a little decal with a smiley face. Mm-hmm. And the only thing she had had a chance to put on her vision board before she left the house was a smiley face.
Wow.
And that all happened in 2 hours. Right. And of course, it brought a big smiley face to me as well, because she ordered, cartons of my vision boards. So It was amazing. Yeah.
Wonderful. Good story. Great story.
Yeah.
So people can find your vision boards also, and a variety of courses on marcyneumann.com.
You can contact me. They're actually in very limited numbers right now, and I'm debating whether or not to continue to manufacture. So if I have some, great interest, I will continue. But Amy and I are so into what we're doing now and what we're creating together. I would have to make certain that there was plenty of interest for it. So, Ames, go ahead, share your story.
So yes, here's my story. With my clients, it's through this process, because it is really about self-discovery. You get to really personalize it in all aspects of your life. So my one client, she's an artist who has been fearful of putting her art out there. She's married, fearful of using her voice. Right? She's an activist also, and she has this shame and guilt about actually charging for her services or asking for donations or anything like that. And so through this method that I use, it's really about reflecting, as I said, releasing and redefining. And oftentimes we feel guilty about making money in our business, asking for money for our services, feeling hesitant about showing up for the things that we love in our life, which for artists out there, it's really our art. We're afraid to show ourselves in our art. And through this process of, one of my tenets is like practice, practice, practice. And one of the things that I offer is consistency, so that there's a place for everyone to go and be consistent. And through that, like she sold 2 paintings. She actually had the courage to finally, write a letter to her father and have that conversation with him. She is now, really understanding that the more that she suppresses her gifts, her voice, she's actually robbing us of what she has to offer. And I always say, as an artist, we have a responsibility on some level, a big responsibility to help shape this world for good, to put our art out there, to put our gifts out there so that people can experience transformation. We all know that as coaches too, right? If we don't put ourselves out there, we're not able to transform people's lives. And that's really what's important. And so through her, I think she's been with me like 3 months on this consistent, and she's really just she's just really changing into this beautiful butterfly of not shutting down, not using anxiety and fear as an excuse anymore, as a story, but to choose something else. And that's really, such a powerful place for women to be. Not that we don't feel certain things, but to actually, wait a minute, is that true? Am I going to allow that to rule my life? Or am I going to change the story and change the belief and try something new? So that's a big win for me in our community, for her to really start showing up for her life, her art, and her relationship in so many ways. Because, that's the dream women have. Yeah. That's that flame we have to really want to take that flame and bring it out into fruition, and for us to be seen, to show up as self, and to be honored as such, who we are, whatever that looks like. And so, to me, that's like the ultimate, transformation is when we embody who we are, we embody love, we embody grace, and we embody our inner strength and our inner knowing. Mm-hmm. And so she's one of my favorite clients because she's committed, and she's following through, and she's showing up. And that's like as coaches, we can't ask for anything more than that, right?
That's right.
Wonderful.
Well, ladies, I know you have to go. I would love to have you back at some point in time, and you guys check the live with Marcy and Amy.com. I have already put the link below this video. They have live shows for empowering and inspiring women every month, and a lot of freebies out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And each month is a different theme, because we want to really speak to women in different areas of their life and different experiences. So, and it's a unique show. It's not like everyone else's, right, Marcy? It's really unique, and we're very proud of it.
Very cool.
I was just going to say, it's so much more, because what we're doing there is teaching right from our hearts, and providing guidance and coaching, live coaching, so that people actually start to get what they need in the moment. Mm-hmm. So we're all about being in the moment and being there to support you. And of course, we have expert guests like Zorina and coaches and experts from all over the world, from all different aspects of life. And it is a show for women by women, because we have a very unique need, and we have very unique programming, you might say, that we're all sort of working through in order to be completely empowered, as Amy and I say. And we have a whole membership program that we also really invite every woman to be a part of, because it's a group that we call, it's soul sister, soul sisterhood. We come from a very deep level. And again, you have live access to Amy and I, which is just an incredible experience, because every single month, based on the theme that we have on the show, we also offer a workshop where Amy and I take you deeper and deeper, and you learn how to access those parts of yourself that you need to bring forward in order to be completely empowered in your life. So thank you so much, Zorina, for having us here today. This has been wonderful. And I didn't.
I can attest that I was inspired simply by participating as a speaker to your show. It was called Claim the Brilliance Within You. And I really loved it. I was inspired it was an amazing experience for me. So I do encourage you, go to livewithmarcyandamy.com and sign up for the next live show.
Yeah, and this next show is going to be incredible. Plus, I just have to say one more thing. Please come to that website, because Amy and I, for the month of December, will also be offering a special program on grief. And we feel very passionately like this is a time where we must address this on a very deep level. So please come and join us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies.